What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Gambling Lab, brought to you by Bogey Proof. It is officially Torrey Pines week, the true start to the PGA Tour season. We've had a nice little taste of Hawaii and a couple other events along the way to feel out some players, get a sense of what's going on out there with everybody's game for the most part. But now they're starting to play for some real ass tournaments, some real trophies, real courses, all the good stuff. So excited to get into it this week. We're going to move past last week. I think we all, took a hit last week to say it
Yeah.
nicely. And you know what? We're on to Cincinnati. We're on to the Farmers Insurance at Torrey Pines.
Yeah, shouldn't have gambled on that. It was
that
irresponsible. It
yeah,
was,
hand up. You don't go in on the American Express. You save those
right.
bullets for Torrey.
That was a roulette table, that tournament. That was a roulette table. That tournament, it was like
That is a
take
perfect
Cantley, and
metaphor.
then it's like take Cantley, and it's like, all right, I don't know. So we're moving on. We're moving on to Farmers Insurance, baby. I'm excited for the season. We're without one of our members tonight, TJ, and in honor of him, we're going to do the weather. We're in Southern California, right? So I'm not like him. I'm not the weather. He's the weather guru. So it's just sunny and windy. That's what we got.
Southern California in
That's it.
January. I'd
Yeah.
say you're gonna be right 85% of the time with that. I
Right. It's
like your
probably
odds.
74 with like 12-mile-an-hour winds, like all the time, no matter what.
Maybe a little brisk before in the early morning wave, a little
Right.
brisk. Maybe get
Right.
that
Little
early
brisk.
fog one day or two. But
It'll
yeah,
be hot by the afternoon. It's all a matter if the wind dies down or speeds up. That's all I remember, from
easy
Torrey.
game. Yeah, let's not get crazy with the weather while we're in the California swing. I don't think there's
And
too
while
many,
we're missing TJ, yeah. So
not too many elements going on out there.
yeah,
Yeah,
we're good.
shout out to our guy TJ pouring out. Wasn't able to make it on this week, but he'll be back. He's running the Gambling Lab, running the Daily Fantasy Cup, kicking off this week, so he's a busy man. But
Yeah,
without
he's
further
busy.
ado, let's get into Torrey. First time seeing it since the U.S. Open, where Mr. John Rahm won in pretty exciting fashion. This is
Mhm.
also like the first outside of Rahm. This is like the first week we're seeing a lot of guys since Kapalua, like Spieth's, JT's, DJ. Although he wasn't at Kapalua, but first time seeing DJ this year. Like a lot of big names, kind of getting out and get after this week. And what are your guys' initial thoughts heading into the Farmers Insurance?
Take it away, Paulie.
I mean, I'm actually pretty surprised how stacked this field is this year, especially after the U.S. Open. And did they play that? Where did they play this last year? Was it at Torrey
They
too?
did play it
No.
here, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like playing Torrey twice in the same year. I'm shocked so many people opted in for this one and they wouldn't have moved on. And
No.
just I'm blanking on the event that's next week and just started their season there.
Is it?
Um,
Is it Riv next week? No,
is it
Pebble.
Riv? Pebble?
I
Pebble
think it's
next week
Pebble
and
because
Riv?
a lot of guys, Euro guys, are doing all the Euro shit this week and
Yeah,
next
Dubai
week.
stuff, yeah.
So there's a
yeah,
lot of that going on. I think it goes Pebble, then Waste Management after that. I think coming up. I don't know. I just know the next five are all really solid on the PGA Tour. So
yeah.
the order's a little fuzzy, but I know they're all good stuff in there. But I am surprised as well. Like just kind of over Tory, a little overexposed to me at this point. Like feels like you're buying at its highest. It's like I could use a breather from Tory. It doesn't really do a lot on TV. It's a super proper and like challenging, like obviously hosting U.S. Open, like super good,
Classic, yeah.
super good test of golf, but like doesn't mean it's fun to watch
Right.
from a
It's like
golf
it's like
perspective. Like
you played it on 2K golf like too
yeah,
many times and you're like, I
yeah,
just need a new one. Like,
yeah. You see
can't
a
do
couple
this.
paragliders or whatever those are, like they're
Yeah.
buzzing
It's
around off the
sick, but it's
coast,
like
like.
we know.
Then after that, it's like, all right, like all you're seeing for golf shots is a bunch of like mid iron, long irons into these crazy, firm greens, undulated greens, and like people just grinding. Like it's not the most exciting product to watch. But defending champ Patty Reed, if you go back to the last time it was the Farmers and skip over the U.S. Open,
Mhm.
obviously quite a bit of controversy with that last year. Interesting to see how he kind of defends. His game really hasn't been all that great since that win last year. He kind of had a pretty mediocre year, I'd say, to his standards after that, and not the best start this year either. So interesting to see what kind of form he's in, kind of coming back and defending. But what do you guys got anybody grabbing your eye this week that whether it's horse for the course or anything like that? You can get horse for the course when they play the tournament here.
Horse for
Fucking
the course.
here.
Horse for the course. Our man from Utah is the horse for the course. I mean,
Big Tone.
t- Big Tone, man. This Frozone week. Shout out our boy Colin McDonald, friend of the program, also.
Frozone.
Big Frozone week because you know what you're seeing? The days of getting Daniel Berger at 8,500, it makes me cry. It makes me shed a
It's
tear
over.
because they're over. You know, he's 10,000. He's done. So we got to look at guys like Tony. You know, and if I'm trying to find where is Tony on here, I'm trying to find
Probably
him on
not
my
far
list
below
here.
him.
Yeah, Tony in like his last five, right? Second, sixth, 13th, sixth, fourth, 18th, 24th, and 24th.
He's just
Like,
waiting to peak.
imagine never doing worse than 24th in 8 years in a row. Like,
And
I don't know.
yeah.
And with like 4 top tens and almost a W. I don't know. Tony's your horse of the course. I mean, that goes without saying. So he'll
Yeah.
be like, if you're playing DraftKings, he'll be super high owned, or like he's not probably the best value you're gonna get in like top tens or top 20s or anything like that. Because he's just gonna Vegas loves Finau. So
He's actually coming back to earth a little bit pricing wise. Like he's
yeah,
around guys like Sunjay,
he's
Will's out
exactly
there.
where he should be now. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's
Taylor
perfect
Gooch and
spot.
Leishman like came back to earth a little bit because he was always a 9,500 plus guy like the last 18 months. It seems like he couldn't get him from anywhere less than 95 to like over 10 sometimes, depending on the week and whatnot. So it is nice to see him at a little bit more of an attractive price where you're like not banking on a Tony Finau win to kind of, carry your lineup through the week. But another guy, obviously, an obvious horse for the course is John Rahm, defending
Yeah, oh yeah,
champion the last time the event was played here at the U.S. Open. Also won the Farmers, and I think he had like 3 other top fives at this place kind of coming up in his career. I think historically, and I might be fucking this up, but I think this course favors kind of like long hitters that like move it left to right, right? Like Tiger obviously won here a bazillion times, like
that's all
things
he
of
did.
that nature, where it's like, you know,
Not
it's
all.
such a long course, and a good amount of the holes, like you get a little bit of an advantage moving left to right because you can take a little more club to do so.
Right.
Like you can hit the driver where some guys are kind of blocked out because they hit it right to left, whatever stuff like that. Where obviously if it's a guy like John Rahm, DJ, like Rory, but Rory's over in Europe this week. Things like that where it's like, that's just like the style. That's the theme I'm trying to. If I'm ever on a bubble between a couple guys for a lineup, all right, which way to like these guys move it? Which one moves it left or right? That's my kind of tiebreaker this week. Is that?
Yeah, I was looking around a little bit and I saw some things on like a sports book that you could get Mark Leishman minus 120 against DJ this week.
Wow.
So
What?
DJ's
I'll take.
DJ was a even odds, I guess, underdog
I would
against
say
Against
Leishman
DJ as a
head to
dog.
head.
Anytime you give me him as a dog, I don't care who it's against.
Plus
Like
Right.
100 against Leishman. DJ
there's
was.
a
Right.
handful of guys out
It's the
there.
value prop right there.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's a handful of guys out there that
I have to
whenever I see
confirm
them
that.
plus money, I take it. Like JT, Rory, Rom, DJ, even Spieth, depending on the course. Like if they're plus money, like I'll take my chances on that given round that they're gonna edge out whoever they're against. Like even if it is, head to head, like even if it is Rom Rory, like if Rory's plus, like I'll take my chances in one round. Like those guys are just so good. Like DJ Leishman, like no offense to Leishman, I love Big Leash. Like shout out, saw him at the Travelers, gave him a little knuckles. Like good dude, really fun to watch play too. Just a big Aussie, like seems like an awesome guy, but like not a favorite against DJ.
No,
I don't care what DJ has been doing the last 6 months. He's still Dustin Johnson, dude.
I was
that
Like
would
gonna
be
say,
epic.
I think the last time DJ played was in that CJ Cup, and then I don't know. Most recently, I think last weekend he was skiing in Aspen with his brother and that whole
yeah,
Gretzky crew there. Um,
quick
I have
so
move.
exposure for sure to DJ.
you know,
Good headspace, doesn't need to practice.
yeah,
Ton of experience in California, still DJ. So
Yeah.
I have 1 out of 3. I'm pairing him with my boy, dude. I loved what I saw from Will the Thrill last week, bro. I think he's getting
Billy
right
D.
back in form. And my guy of the week is definitely going to be Will. I think. More I keep reading
Honestly,
about him, he was getting back in form last week, and he hits it. I'm pretty sure he hits it right to left, or left to right.
yeah.
Excuse me. And he's
He just
long
hits it
and hits
straight. He can do
fairways.
whatever he wants. I think
Right.
for him, like you said, last week was big because last year when he was, knocking on the door at all these different events, like it was because he'd have a Thursday or Friday like 63, and then like kind of ride the wave and just like he had that kind of hot streak in him once. Like it seemed like once every tournament he would kind of take a deep one day, and then he just stopped doing that for like the last couple months of last season. Kind of fell down a peg, and then it's nice to see that back in the arsenal. Like whenever you have a round where you can make 11 birdies or whatever the fuck he did on Friday, that was crazy. Like that's just like there's something in there that like if you can just hang on to that a little bit, or kind of you're riding that lightning. Like if you can find that or something close to that, like something's you're feeling good. Like you don't do
All
that
right.
kind of questioning stuff or like kind of whiffing it around. Like you're in control of your golf ball if you're making 11, 12, whatever birdies he made on Friday to shoot 61. Like granted, obviously the course is not that difficult, but like it's still 11.
Yeah.
Like
61.
it's still 11 birdies. Like I don't know.
61 wherever you go, man. And like I
Yeah,
said, he
exactly. So
fits his
it
game
is.
so good, man.
I hope
It's
that's
all about it.
yeah. I hope that's something to stay. And like you're saying, like he's just such a like hits it super high, super far for a guy that weighs like I don't know 110 pounds soaking wet. Like he got like the extra tall belt on. He's probably a size 28 waist, but he
And if
pounds
we're
it
looking at
high.
DFS,
Like,
bro,
yeah.
Sanjay, Zalatoris, and Finau are
Mhm.
91, 92, and 9,300. I have a lineup where I just took all three of them.
Yeah.
That's
like
how we're
that.
going to do that. That's how we're going to do that for sure. We're going
I
to
mean,
go with the three ball strikers and see
and
who takes
and
us
honestly, the
to the
three
finals.
guys that have been playing the most leading up to it compared to the people around him. Like Leash has been playing, Gooch has been playing, but like Jordan hasn't played in a few weeks, Brooks hasn't played in a few weeks, like DeChambeau hasn't played in a while, Berger, like those guys haven't played since Kapalua. Like I know they've been home
Right.
working or whatever, but I like guys that are like competitiveness. They don't have to get into the round. They're kind of already in the round because they've been getting the reps in. Like that grouping right there, that 93, like you said, to 9,000 that's a hot spot this week. I think I would not be surprised if one of those four are like top three on Sunday.
Yeah.
Honestly, Leash, Finau, Willie Z.
Zalatoris, think about this. Fontaine, last week, Zalatoris really only had one like superb round and finished in sixth.
Right.
Like, so that's how superb that superb round was.
Yeah.
Like,
We get the other. We just clean it up on the other three. Like,
it's either that or Justin Thomas is just going to win the whole thing. I don't know. I don't.
I said it all last year. I can never guess right on him.
No,
We've
been wrong on him every time. He's impossible.
I love JT, but every time I pick him, it's a T40, and every time I'm kind of off him that week, he goes out and wins. Like I can never figure him out, like where he's trending or whatever. But I mean, I'll like JT is just one of my favorite guys on tour. Just like his game is so like pure and like skillful. I love him. Hideki's up there this week too, third in the DFS.
Bro, Hideki's been balling. Yeah, it's just he's just a stud. It's just what it is.
I kind of like Xander. I might do a little Xander this week. Be hometown,
Yeah, he'll be mega chalk, and he's another guy that Vegas loves. So yeah, I mean, you can't really go wrong with him, I don't think. But we got to look at the value list a little bit too. Who we like down below, Paul? You see any guys you like? I think you shouted out Hoagie one of these weeks, Paul.
Yeah,
he's been like the hottest golfer on the tour. So.
Coming third last week. Second.
Yeah, he's been going ballistic. I'm pretty sure Paul mentioned him at one point.
Yeah, I was also eyeing like I mean his value's been going up recently.
It is. He's getting to the point where it's like, where do you sell? You gotta sell somewhere.
And I'm there with like Taylor Gooch right now too.
I'm
dude. Oh
missed
my
the cut
god, I bought
week,
so high at Gooch, and it's like, oh my god,
it was just that first round that was bad.
Dude, he bogeyed the first hole every single day last week.
Yeah,
it was the 3 days, then the cut. I had him like starred in my PGA Tour app, or whatever. So you get I started round one and is whatever through one hole. Every single fucking day was +1 through 1. I was like, come on, dude.
And wasn't his price pretty high too, right? But
he was like a top 5 money on the list last week. I think.
It was a weak field. It was also a weak field, so he's going to be higher up regardless.
I think I'm still going to ride with him too. But I also like Luke List this week.
Okay.
How did he do last week? I know TJ brought him up. I didn't follow.
Yeah, Luke List is always around. That guy's always around, man.
He hangs around. And like we were saying, Luke List pounds the ball. Like the closer you get to these greens to be able to gouge it out of that rough, the better. I mean, can't do it all week, but if if you can bail yourself out here and there by being able to hit a wedge out of it and not an 8-iron, like it adds up over the week if you're doing other
Bro,
stuff.
you know who I actually like? This kind of brings us another kind of shout out to the boy TJ. This is a guy TJ fucking loves. I like Lanto Griffin.
Lanto.
Okay.
Am I an Lanto Griffin? Last year, U.S. Open, I believe, he came in here and finished 7th at the U.S. Open last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Third place last
Uh,
week too.
yeah, 3rd place. Been playing some pretty darn good golf, pretty cheap. I don't know. I think take it. It's
don't hate
actually kind of
the
hard to find value this week, and I think he's a good spot to look.
Yeah.
They're really doing it to my boy Emiliano. He came in 63rd last week. My bank account play just you got to take out another mortgage. I'm sorry, but
hand up.
yeah, hand up. We're gonna give Emiliano a rest this week. I promise. I'm not playing him. So, all right, we'll catch him on the uptrend.
God,
Then-
I have no idea who I like anywhere near 7,000. Like
Oh,
I hate
Dude, it's
everybody
hard,
else
man.
here.
I
I got
hate
my guy.
everybody. I'm playing
JJ
Sahith.
Spawn.
You going
JJ.
JJ?
He's a hometown boy. If we're gonna give
T25
Ghana,
last week, I guess.
yeah, he backdoored a little T25. Bad round 1, bounced back though, 3 straight 67s. I don't see why he can't,
I don't
put
hate a
something
trend.
out there early.
He's hot, as they say.
I don't. I don't hate a good trend.
Get off to a good start on the
Wow.
North Course on Thursday or Wednesday, I guess, in the first round, and I
Right. See
could
what
see him doing
happens.
something.
JJ
I mean,
Spawn.
do we just keep going to the bank with Vincent Whaley? I mean,
I think
No.
you have to.
He
No?
sucks.
6,800. He came in
Yeah.
17th at the Sony, 40th last week. That's all I need out of him is like a make the cut. That's
I
a make the cut
like
guy.
Neesmith better in that range, anyways. I like that Neesmith guy, and then I like this other guy, Sahith Tigala. Trust Sahith. 6,500. Played college
Remember when
golf at
TJ was obsessed with
Pepperdine,
Sebastian
California,
Munoz?
dude.
Then how do we feel about Sam Burns this week?
That's a guy. What's his price? But I do think I
He's
could
up there.
very easily see him kind of like
It's a big
going up.
Fontaine. It's a big course, and he hasn't been around that long.
No.
So like I think he's still got a little work to do. And remember, he's 300 cheaper than Berger. It's like
Yeah.
if you're gonna pay up at Burns, you should be going to Berger. I think 200 more for DeChambeau. Even it's like
Bryson.
you're working.
Bryson has a new driver in the bag this week, though.
Does the
Yeah,
driver suck?
It goes
I
like
don't
40
know.
yards further. I think. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's
I
what
don't
he
know.
needed. He needed to
Yeah,
add more.
he needs to. He wants to. He's
I saw a
fucking great.
tweet about Bryson having a new driver in the bag. I was like, "Ooh, this is gonna be something to watch."
Yeah, exactly.
Which I don't even think he's a featured group this week either. I mean, some
Really?
of the pairings, first 2 rounds are great.
That's a crime. He's not featured though.
Like-
That's just easy, especially now that they have multiple streams. Throw him on one of the secondary featured groups or whatever or something.
I don't know why they would do this to Jordan Spieth and Ricky Fowler, but why is Bryson with them?
Oof. You got 2 artsy, like kind of quirky players that a lot of feel shots, and they're just gonna have
How about
him
Rom,
grunting and
DJ,
thrusting at it.
Rom, DJ, and JT in a featured group?
Yep.
Do
How
we
much
need to
do you think
watch
they're-
anyone else?
How much cash do you think they're putting on the side?
Dude,
How much you think they're texting right now, being like, "Yo, we're running a match tomorrow too."
Besides that, they're kind of trash. Hudson Swafford is in a featured group. He won 1 tournament. Now he's in a
Yeah.
featured.
Yeah, but you got-
Hudson Swafford. He's with Xander and Finau. We have no
Yep.
one else. No one else. Dude, Max
you got
Homa and shit.
Homa, Berger, and Kepka.
I love that.
That's a
Put
good
Willie
little
Z
group
in a
there.
featured group. Come on.
Yeah, let's swap Willie Z for Hudson. I mean, your guy,
Hudson.
he filled his
What?
bank account. Actually, it's probably hitting as we speak. But you don't need the feature group.
Put
though.
Sanjay out there.
What does Kisner call it?
Unbelievable. Disrespectful.
Yeah, Wad Wednesdays, right? Is that
Yeah,
when PJ
Wad
Tour does their?
Wednesdays,
That's what Kisner calls them, Wad Wednesdays.
yeah.
On Wednesdays. Well, boys, I like what we got, man.
Without
like-
further ado, though, we have
Yeah,
to wrap up with our bank account plays of the week.
Yeah, we can do that.
As great as they went last week, I think we got to run it again.
Yeah, no, it's what's the old saying? Tooting the train
Shoot
going
or
up
shoot.
the yeah. When you lose, just deposit.
Yeah.
I have a play. I just
alright,
want.
let's hear it.
I'm just trying to find the odds. So whatever. But it's definitely going to be. It's going to be Will Zalatoris top 20, whatever the odds are. That is it, plus 140.
I
So
like that.
that's what it's going to be for me.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a
Do I go with
page
the
out
old
of your
hammer?
book here. I'm gonna take a page out of your book and tone it down rather than picking a winner as my bank account play. A little aggressive last week. I mean, I'm gonna
Right.
reset here. Can try to get close,
Yeah.
a little
Come
closer
on
to
back.
even
Dude.
odds.
Come on back. Come on back.
I'm gonna go
We're
top
trying to make
20.
money.
I'm gonna do top 20 pick as well, but I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with Leash, the big fella. I know we were talking that he shouldn't be favored over DJ, but I think he's as consistent, as solid as they come. Like I don't see
Vegas
him.
knows too. So
Yeah, he's plus
Yeah.
110. We're not, you're not going
Vegas
to
was
retire. You're not going to retire on our bank account players. You're just going to double them. That's what
Right.
the bank account's for.
Leishman. They probably had secret operatives spying on DJ. Probably threw a ripper like last weekend. Probably shot. They
He
were
probably
on the
hasn't
boat.
slept the whole
Yeah.
Aspen trip. He was just up for 4 straight days.
Right.
Getting after it.
I'm gonna
All right,
go
Paulie, take us home.
a little top 20 Luke list. Should be around
Ooh.
plus 320, plus 300, somewhere around there. I like that. And I'm gonna get back into my first round leader game, and I mentioned him
Oh,
before.
let's go. We need
JJ
that.
Spawn, 70-1, first round leader. Just sprinkle it a bit.
That's a sprinkle play. That's a sprinkle
Let's-
play.
You know,
That's the sprink.
it's not it's a build the bankroll play. You know, that's what that is.
That's you hit one of those a year and you all of a sudden like just funded
First-
your losses for the last month.
Yep, exactly.
How about this? Vegas actually has first round leaders on both courses. So they have North Course and the South Course section,
Smart. Did they do that last week?
which I find very interesting.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
they should do that, I guess. But
It makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's
yeah.
imagine you got like somebody that goes out and shoots like 6 under at the South Course and then 6 under on the North to tie them. Like you lose your best thing, like the North. Like
Yeah. Yep.
John Rahm plus 800 on the South Course to be the first round leader. That's for 8-1. That's ridiculous. It's insane.
Luke lists is
All right, Paulie.
35-1 on the first round leader. Might take the kid to get hot out of the gates.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Zalatoris at 2,500. I might have to.
Bank account.
That was good edit by our boy.
Hell yeah.
That made
great.
me laugh. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Oh yeah.
That was
But
funny.
okay, so to wrap up, we got a Willie Z top 20, Mark Leash top 20, Luke List top 20, and then a sprinkle play, JJ Spawn first round leader 70-1.
I'm definitely
Sprinkle.
putting it in. Shout out to boy Paul.
Yeah, I mean we got to ride with that. If he hits
Yeah.
that and we don't ride with that, I mean
I'll
the show
be
might
sick.
be over.
I'll be sick. I'll be absolutely sick if I don't get that. So
Uh,
we'll see at the finish line.
Always a pleasure, gentlemen. Cheers
All
to
right, boys.
Torrey.
Cheers.